Creator says, prophecy has to play out. Divine insights. Your divine insights, your divine plan for your life could have never been compromised. Somebody keeps trying to pull you into a timeline out of animosity. It could be an older woman, okay? This person is fighting against the grain. They're going against the current. This is what Spirit is saying in the current moment, something like that. We're not going to take any cards in reversal. We're just going to expose what needs to be exposed. Come on in. Welcome to Spiritual Court TV, where we talk about all things spiritual, ethereally. If it was done in the spirit, known and unknown, thought and unthought, seen and unseen, said and unsaid, is going to be exposed for everybody to know. Always and always is being broadcasted by way of seeing through the illusions. Prophecy has to play out. Something about your manifestations. Something about your dedication to your manifestations. Spirit says something has been put to rest. 111 on the timer. Because you went through some type of test. There was a test of the spirit. Something about your worldly possessions, okay? So this could have been, I keep hearing pride and ego. Pride and ego. Why am I hearing that? Something about the test of your spirit from a community of people. Somebody thought you were arrogant. Somebody thought you were like full of yourself. Something about prophecy playing out, okay? And making things like readily known to anybody that needs to know. You come with pure love, real love, okay? Let's see. Tested of the spirit, the 7 deadly sins. Yeah, you come out in alignment. Look. Prophecy has to play out. Chakras, divine feminine energy, okay? So somebody like, okay, so oftentimes, we have a confidence and we can offend people who lack understanding of what confidence really is rooted in. The confidence is in the divine. It's not in the world. It's not in these things. It's not in anything on the external. It's really rooted in divine values. That is something that will always reveal your character by way of your heart's posture. Okay. So somebody wanted to test your spirit, the test of the spirit, pride and ego, and you maintained your stance. You maintained your divinity. You didn't compromise yourself. You didn't compromise yourself. And this is why we're getting everything that we want with manifestations, okay? Somebody is really, really like angry, y'all, about that. They need to really just, I don't know what they need to do. I can't even say that we have any further recommendations for anybody that's holding on to animosity because they're in a situation of concern about the fact that you're coming out. I just heard as clean as a whistle, as sharp as a sword. You know what's going on. Sword represents the mind. Sword represents the mind. You speak the truth. You know the truth. You're silent in the truth, in the presence of the divine. Self-love energy and the divine ancestors are well with you. Something about your bloodline. Listen, prophecy has to play out. Somebody's wasting their time doing a love spell. This person is mentally and emotionally unstable. They need to stop. Okay. False reports, accusations, conversations that hold no weight. I just heard have been indefinitely nullified. Something about divine insight and you being made aware of this, that somebody was lusting after you. It has nothing to do with love. Lust and love are two completely different things. Intimacy. Yeah, this person is blocked from your energy. Okay. Somebody wanted to test your spirit. So if you're somebody, again, that comes off confident, you speak well, you take care of yourself, you like to show up as your best version of yourself, and you like that for everybody else around you. Somebody said you had a big ego, that you couldn't go to the next level, but they were never in position where they were mandated to govern the affairs of your life. This is never going to be their position. It was only divine calling. It was always divine right that you would be seen as a divine feminine. Somebody tested you up against the law of pride and ego. They said that you violated the law. Now they're mad because the divine has vindicated you and you're getting something that you're in alignment with. I can't make this up. Spiritual gifts, spiritual court. Now somebody's sitting up looking confused about it all. Okay. I just heard we told them what was going to happen. Why is it that everybody's so confused? Okay. Confused in illusions. Somebody's trying to figure out how is it that they're blocked. A karmic masculine could be significant. Spirit is saying, no, don't give them that. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. I stand to be corrected. This person is very insignificant and they know it. Yeah. You're putting your work above and beyond anything in your life, what it is that you're supposed to do by way of divine insight. What is divine insight? That's you going within, having a real serious conversation, divine dialogue with the creator in the best version of yourself. That is a version of yourself that can never be compromised. Prophecy has to play out. You are the divine feminine, self-love ancestors. You've been promoted by way of the spirit realm. I can make this up. Peace that surpasses all understanding, outer standing, understanding, overstanding, all of the standings. You're standing on divine business, and there's nothing that can stop it because your heart is as light as a feather. You're a sweetheart. You're a lover of people. You're a lover of nature. You've been vindicated in spiritual court. I can't make it up. You're somebody that's looking real good. Divine feminine, divine masculine. Somebody sees your aura. They're very enamored with that. You're self-sufficient. You're in this bliss, receiving your blessings, grounded and stable. Listen, this is a good reading. I like it. I just heard, how exactly does prophecy play out? Well, this is it. This is it. You're experiencing heaven on earth. You love what you do. You never feel like you're working. You're very creative, divinely guided, self-love, self-care. Your bloodline is well with you. You've helped people ascend to their highest enlightenment beyond the physical. Those are your ancestors, angelic beings that have returned back to source. Some of them did spin the block, y'all, okay? Some of your ancestors. I know that's hard to believe when you're going to visit them at the grave. Some of them already spent the block. Some of them have already been reborn to get a second chance. And the more that you ascend your spiritual contract with them when they reincarnate into a new life is what's clearing the path for them so that they don't make the same mistakes again. Okay. We're out of the loop. We're not in the loop. Prophecy has to, we're out of the loop. Okay. Some of these people who cannot get out of these loops, their ancestors are bound. They're not doing their ancestors a service. They're doing them an injustice by continuing in the generational curses. Being too afraid to let go of certain things that go against the divine, the creator. It's not the way it was supposed to be. Now they don't know what to do. Okay. Again, people are in their head. That's not our timeline, but we can see it. Okay. Message of concern. Somebody's finally realizing that their timeline has expired and everything in it and on it. Yeah, it's over. Abandonment. That's just what it is. Spiritual court is now in session of what's courthouse? You're being vindicated. Prophecy has to play out. Divine feminine, divine masculine. Yeah. What's being exposed in spiritual court that these people were obsessed with your destiny, obsessed with prophecy, obsessed with changing the destiny by way of your direction. Okay. Yeah, these people need to sit down. Something about a doctor, y'all. Okay. Somebody could be a doctor. There's a doctor. Somebody's been abusing their. Okay. What is that, spirit? What's abuse in the reverse? Occupation and hello? Yeah, whoever this little wicked, dirty ass bitch is. Okay. They got a lot going on in their bloodline and they're getting a message of concern. The karmic feminine is getting a message of concern that her bloodline has called down for complete and total destruction of her. This could be somebody that is a part of your familiar family unit, but with abandonment, I don't know where these people are running to and from. To and fro. I just heard they can't go. Clarify, Holy Spirit. What's going on? Yeah, they can't go. What are they running from? The fact that your intuition is spot on. They're running from your intuition. You scare these people. We know what they did. Okay. Clarify this karmic feminine abuse in the reverse. Something has backfired. So you had a karmic feminine that was trying to abuse a divine feminine sexually using lust, okay, and dark forces. And this is what they're running from. And this is the message of concern. They're realizing that their time is up, that everything has been scripted by way of the script and the character that they play, which is a karmic feminine. So the more that the karmic lines have been like, they've already been fragmented, okay? Karmic situations, looping energy. The more they continue in that energy, the more they just continue to eliminate themselves. Somebody's stuck on this voodoo though. They really want this to work for them, okay? When it comes to a divine feminine, clarify. You're somewhere in the North Node, okay? And somebody's mad about that. So you got a karmic feminine that's mad because you're coming into union with a really nice guy. Somebody could be a doctor, okay? This karmic feminine might be going to the doctor. I don't know, mentally, okay? Whatever this is, this person is really upset. The only thing that's going to come from this is pain. Karmic feminine, wherever this person is, on whatever timeline they're on, wherever they're running to, the only thing that's going to come from whatever they're doing is pain. Okay? Clarify. Somebody wanted to test your spirit. Okay? Whoever this mature woman is in your family, this could also be a karmic feminine. This could be a mother, a sister, an aunt. These are people that wanted to see you destroyed. But now that prophecy is playing out, they're terrified because anything that they sent is literally about to resonate in their lives. 11:33 on the timer. I tell you no lies. Divine timing is here. Chakras, alignment, divine feminine. You did it with self-love. The ancestors divinely love you. You have divine gifts, spiritual gifts, something about your stability, something about living a really good life. Yeah, that's a gift. To be amongst the living and live well because all is well, especially when somebody didn't want you to be here anymore. Death magic, okay? So you got an older woman that's concerned about some type of a backfire on some death magic, okay? And she's very, very jealous of your youth. She's jealous of you as the divine. If this is somebody that's the same age as you, then they're coming out like a spinster, okay? Somebody wants to act like they're mature, but really they're just a karmic feminine. Animosity. They're really angry because you make them look stupid. You make their magic look like play. Because that's what it is. They're playing around, playing a role that hasn't been casted into the new beginning because prophecy has to play out. I can't make it up. You're somebody that has been deemed to be the oracle, the messenger, the prophetess, the prophet, the apostle. You tap into apostolic realms that these people don't have the keys to, but it's because this is what's been given to you. Only the divine can give you anything that is worth keeping and having. And something about this person being mentally and emotionally unstable, okay? So this voodoo could have very well have driven somebody a little up the wall or maybe a little batshit crazy, okay? Again, I don't know how many warnings people have to have or what it is they think they're going to get in order to accept the fact that this is always going to backfire on them, okay? Clarify, somebody wants to pull you back to the past, but the door has been closed. You're too divinely protected to be neglected by the universe and the divine, and you are ascending to your light body with your soul mates, your soul tribe. What a time to be alive. As we raise our chalice to the heavens, I just heard we're dancing on a bezel. We're living lives that are unforgettable. This is our move forever, 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 ever. Clarify, Holy Spirit. Prophecy has to play out. Okay. Hold on. This card just fell. Let me see if I can grab it from here. Where is it? Sheesh. Okay. So you got legal, seeking legal counsel, okay? If they don't ask for any type of lawyer in spiritual court, one has been appointed to them. I just heard the death penalty. Ooh, wait. Penalties for trying to create death, for abusing nature, for going to the underworld and abusing sacred knowledge. Mature woman, death, magic, and animosity. This mature woman is really jealous of how you show up in this world, how you play your part, and how dedicated you are to the divine cycle for your life. Somebody is really, really unhappy about that. Most times when you see people like this, it's because they've yet to figure something out and they don't know how to do anything new because nothing's new up under the sun. So neither are they. Again, these are books that have never been read and or written. This is like something you experience in the spirit. Can't read about it. You can't steal it. It can't be stolen. Can't copy it. Mirror magic don't work. Candle magic is whack. It's going to burn somebody's house down, but how many times we got to tell them that? We still got spiritual bars here in spiritual court. What's going on? Divinity. I can't make this up, y'all. This is what the creator is saying. So all these false illusions, false documentations, people, I just heard people are looking for a little wiggle room in between destruction and being blocked. Clarify, Holy Spirit. And whatnot. You're coming up as a certified shaman and a healer. You're coming up as somebody that the world needs. And some prophecy has to play out. The next level is so sacred. Okay. Yeah. Love spells. Love spells don't work when people don't have love for themselves. Speak love unto yourself and love will flow unto you. But these are people that wanted to abuse their position and they ended up abusing themselves. Okay. This is manipulation of frequencies, love language, love spell in the reverse is somebody that tried to speak against love for you. Somebody tried to hex you. Somebody didn't want you to be seen as this sweetheart. So whoever this older woman is, she's really pissed off that you're being seen as somebody that is in the forefront. Again, you're in alignment. So the fact that somebody's in deep animosity about that has nothing to do with your assignments. Yeah, you got divine insight. You're having real conversations. Yeah, I can't make it up. And somebody's scared that somebody has awakened to their power, awakened to their destiny in alignment. Why? Because somebody went above and beyond to try to create travesty for you, catastrophes for you unnecessarily. So now they're in this energy and they're feeling everything that they've sent out. And it's safe to say that they're not safe. And that's a good thing. You know why? Because they need to feel what it is that they wanted for somebody else. How else is somebody to know? Now, for some of you, some of these people won't make it out. It is a death penalty. And that too is prophecy. Prophecy has to play out. I just heard eternally. That's what it is. Listen, you're being seen for exactly who you are. You're an earth angel. A spirit just said, should we say more? Or maybe we'll just say less. Yeah, we'll say less. Health concerns wanted to come up in the reverse and community. Okay. So somebody tried to send you something real nasty. Okay. Somebody could be in the hospital, the community hospital at that. Maybe that's what community means. Somebody's at the local hospital. Spell work backfired. Never let anybody convince you that spell work won't backfire eventually. If you're putting that nasty energy out and you're putting out something that you can't afford to get back, then you need to really be mindful of how you move. Because if somebody was really dead set on unaliving you and stopping people from seeing you the way that you're supposed to be seen, like literally the energy that I'm picking up is somebody is so pissed off that you are this rising star. This is somebody that's missed the mark. This is somebody whose whole life has been predicated on making other people miserable because they don't have the ability to move past this pain. Notice the broken heart. The only obligation this person ever had was to mend their broken heart, to return back to source. But somebody thought they had a cheat sheet. Somebody says, I'm going to determine how this divine feminine's life goes. And they didn't even know that they never had any power in that. Okay, this is a woman that was doing lust spells, sex magic over you. Somebody could have wanted you to be a woman that was like, very promiscuous, just laying down with anybody. Whatever their wish was, this was something that they themselves were feeling within themselves. And this is why it was so easy for them to try, is the key word, to project that onto you. Spirit says it was nothing but a try and a fail. Wow. Nothing beats a fail but a try. And so somebody kept trying. There's also an older man here. So this could be an older couple, okay? A dark ass witch and a warlock, too old to be out here. Somebody could be in their 60s. Somebody could be 75. Yeah, listen, if they're on the planet still doing this at this age, God, please don't ever let elderly energy like this ever find me in my elder years. This is supposed to be the fourth quarter. This is when you get it right, but somebody just can't live with themselves. knowing that you are this rising star. And so because they can't live with themselves, Spirit says, okay, it's the death penalty. Like, yeah, that's the penalty for death, is a death penalty. How many more times you think the divine is going to allow you to keep trying to come in and steal from the chosen one? You're not a good thief. You're not a good burglar. You keep leaving your nasty ass, musty ass fingerprint. So that gives the angels what they need to track your ass down. Soul signature can't be copied. Ascending to your highest good. Every time they do a death spell, you've ascended to your highest good. Every time they do a poverty spell, we ascend to our highest good. Every time they try to block our love and block our heart, we ascend to self-love. We ascend to divinity. We get more in alignment. I think they're really afraid to do any more type of magic because they're seeing that it's making us more powerful. And the Holy Spirit says the stance is still the same with all that has been said, with all that has been done, with all that has been continuing to happen for these people. Let them. They are simply playing their part. Let them. We're not a part of their story anymore. Let them. They can't even read your encrypted love language by way of self-love. That's okay. Let them. This does conclude this reading. I don't feel like we need to say anything else. Big shout out to everybody that tunes in to Spiritual Core TV. I am eternally grateful. Give us a thumbs up, like, love, share. If this was your first time, I hope you decide to love, like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hype us up. I'm coming back with more readings, y'all. I love you to light, enlightenment, and life. I will see you in the next video. Until then, as always, peace be with you.